Chelsea fans, tonight that's 8 points dropped out of a possible nine heading into the Christmas period. We all looked at the games we were playing, Everton, Fulham, and Ipswich, and thought 3 wins, 9 points, be right up there on Liverpool's coattails, or even beyond them, above them, heading into the new year. And what a shambles it's turned out to be the last three games. And Enzo Maresca has come out and appealed for a bit of calm, a bit of perspective, acknowledging the fact we got to do better. Also, reiterating the fact that we're not competing for the title, and these three games will tell you why, but asking for a little bit of perspective. And I want your opinions on this. So let's just get back to the comments that he's made after the game. And he said this: we've expected this kind of moment because we know that this kind of moment belongs to the football, and it's almost impossible to have a season where you do not have a moment like now for us. But at the same time, not one of us expected to be where we are now. This means and shows we're in the right direction, and as I've said many times, but also shows we're far from competing and consistency to be there with the best teams in England. Again, I think we have to be satisfied where we are, but at the same time, we have to know we need to do many things better. He's also focused on the fact that we're making defensive mistakes and it's costing us. But going forward, there doesn't seem to be a problem. Now, there is a problem going forward because we've come up against three teams that defend deep in a low block against us and we can't break them down for whatever reason. The Everton game was frustrated, but again, I took the positive on that with my video after the game saying the Chelsea fans' reaction was a joke because it was. It went from 0 to 1,000, just stupid because we dropped points at Everton, but it's always been a bogey ground for us. The Fulham game, I also spoke about the fact that Fulham deserved the win because they identified, and Marco Silva spoke after the game and said Chelsea got a weakness because the fullbacks cut inside, the two wingers play high, and they leave space wide. And they identified it, and they nullified our going forward, our attack. They dominated the second half, and they won the game, rightly so. But to tonight's game, you're looking at that and you're thinking, how have we lost that game? We've lost that game with a penalty that's debatable, let's just say that. The second goal is a defensive mistake, give the ball straight to them. And to be fair to Delap, we've been talking about him yesterday, Delap, or the day before, about how he's a Chelsea target, and Chelsea made contact with him and Ipswich already to identify him as a potential real candidate to come into our squad. And what a game he had against us tonight. Our defenders couldn't live with him. He was dominating our defenders. He was working his arse off. And he's created the second goal. He's taken on our back four, stopped turns, laid it off to Hutchinson, who's taken three touches and skipped past our defenders who are just standing still and put it in the bottom corner. Chelsea literally got to a point where we get to the final third and it just sort of dries up. The goalkeeper made a good save, good couple of saves, let's just say that. But did we do enough to win that game? No, we didn't. And that's what's frustrating. So I'm personally at a point where I am sort of conflicted. 1 minute I'm thinking, yes, he is right. We have to have perspective. We are in the top four. We didn't think that. Or we're now down to fourth, I think. Even Forest are above us now. But you sort of think, yes, where we're at right now at the turn of the year is great. We didn't expect it. It's great. We can really kick on. But then you look and think, typical Chelsea, this is. Typical Chelsea. 3 games where you think a banker wins based on how we were playing our form, and we don't turn up for 3 games and we get done. And that's basically what it is. It's typical. Chelsea fans who have been fans for many years will know that over the Chelsea, sort of the Christmas, New Year period, there used to be a run of years or a period of time where every single time it was awful for us. We'd always have a bad Christmas and New Year, always, for whatever reason it was. And tonight is another one of those examples. The last 3 games has been shocking. It's been woeful, and you look at it and think, the only thing that I want to take from this, and I'm hoping that the players take from this when they sort of come away from the game tonight, they go home and things like that, they sit and debate it tomorrow, is that it gives everyone a real kick up the arse to sort themselves out, to get their heads right, not get carried away with where they were, because let's face it, we all were a little bit, and just, take the adulation, but graft. Keep your feet on the ground, keep working hard, listen to Maresca, what he was doing up until those 3 games, and continue to do that. Put those 3 games to bed, get rid of them, out the mindset and get back to where we were because we're good enough. We're good enough to put teams away. For whatever reason, we didn't do it. And the changes yesterday had a slight effect with João Felix having a couple of chances. But apart from that, disappointing. And they end up being hauled off. So we made 4 changes in the game yesterday. Didn't really impact it. So Sancho didn't really have an impact. Neto, the same. Jackson had a chance which he put over the bar. One that he missed even though it was disallowed. And the other change that was made, Gusto come on and just didn't really do a lot. Got involved in ill discipline. And that was the thing though. Chelsea are a frustrated team. It's all sort of boiled over with Enzo and Colwill and everybody else getting involved after. It's sort of in the second half, getting involved in little niggles with other players and stuff like this. It's all nonsense and it's frustration. So get your heads together, sort yourselves out, and kick on at Palace. Palace away is a difficult game on Saturday. A really, really difficult game. It's no given at all now. Every game we've got to take it on merit. We're not going to sit here and think we're going to just steamroll people like we have been. We have to earn the right to win points in the Premier League. The Premier League is the toughest, most competitive league in the world. Anyone can beat anyone, and you need to turn up. Chelsea haven't for 3 games. We've lost 8 points out of a possible 9. We're down to 4th. Yes, we're still there, top 4. We're still fighting. And we're good enough to get inside the top 4 this season and back in the Champions League. But my God, we've got to do better than we have done the last 3 games. What do you guys think? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Let me know. Comment section. See you all soon.